Gotta love YouTube. All messages should be a go. Let's start our poll. What's up, guys? Sorry, YouTube's changed some things. I'm trying to figure out. All right, we're good. Fuck it. Hope everyone's having a good day. Hope all is well. Chat should be turned on. Oh, boy. NFL starts tomorrow, baby. Woohoo! Give it a minute or two, get some people in here, hopefully. What up, guys? I don't understand why it won't let me reposition this. All right. Enough of the bullshit with YouTube. What's up, you guys? Eagles taking on the Cowboys tomorrow night. I was trying to post a poll question. Is there any chance in hell the Eagles can beat the Cowboys? I mean, the Cowboys can beat the Eagles tomorrow. I don't see it. We're going to go through some teams tonight, see who has a chance at being a playoff team and who doesn't. See what everyone else thinks about what's getting ready to go on this season in the NFL. Pull up the divisions. We're going to start going through some teams. Probably start with the AFC North. I'm going to pull up this week's schedule. I think the Cowboys get beat by 30 at least tomorrow night. Yeah, I don't see how Dallas pulls a W off tomorrow night. Kansas City versus the Chargers at Chargers. I'm going to go with Kansas City. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be on a comeback tour this year. I think Mahomes in Kansas City is going to be out for blood this year. After being embarrassed in the Super Bowl, I think they will knock off the Chargers. They will find a way. Tampa Bay, Atlanta at Atlanta. I got Tampa Bay. They're pretty good. If they stay healthy, they could be a playoff team. Cincinnati at Cleveland. Cincinnati's such a slow starting team. I still think they find a way to get it done against Cleveland. As long as they can keep Burrows on his feet, they should be okay. Miami, Indianapolis. I heard Indianapolis is a favorite in this game. I can't bet. I don't know. I think Miami's going to be a team you don't know what's going to happen either. A lot of people are not very high on Miami this year. I'm going to take Miami to win. I don't think they're as bad as Indy. I'll be shocked if they are. Vegas versus New England. I'm going with the Pats on the road. Hopefully Christian Gonzalez plays. This is a coin flip game to me. I can see it going either way. Vegas has got some pieces, though, that kind of scare me a little bit. They got Bowers. They got the kid on the line, defensive line, that can really play. So I'm still going to go with New England. I feel good about New England this year. Maybe I'm a little too confident. Arizona at New Orleans. Ugh. I think Arizona finds a way, but I will not be watching that game if I can help it. Pittsburgh at the Jets. I'm going to go with the Steelers. Although, if the Steelers lose that game, yikes. Fields is going up against his old team. Rodgers up against his old team. I don't think the Jets have much, but a couple guys that can really play on each side of the ball. Pittsburgh's going to be one of those teams you're not going to know until we see them. So many guys didn't play in the preseason for Pittsburgh. I don't know what to expect. Giants at the Commanders. Jaden Daniels should be fine. Carolina at Jacksonville. That's another tough game to pick. I'm going to go with Jacksonville. I think they find a way to get it done at home. Travis Hunter and people should be excited. Thomas looked like a good wide receiver last year. I keep hearing they're going to play Travis Hunter on both sides of the ball. Everything I've read. He's been working on both sides in camp. So who knows what we'll see this weekend. But I think Jacksonville can figure it out if they show up. If they show up and play, they can beat Carolina. If they don't show up, they won't win. Whoever wants this game more is going to win, especially in this game. I'll take Jacksonville over Carolina at home. Tennessee at Denver. I got Denver. Tennessee has a young quarterback going up to Mile High, playing against maybe the best defense in the NFL. One of them. Denver's defense is pretty solid. They were last year. I think Denver should be fine as long as their quarterback hasn't regressed. San Francisco at Seattle. This is a tough one, too. You don't know who's showing up. Seattle's got Donald now. They got some new receivers. They look good. They got a young tight end. They look good in the preseason. Donald didn't play a lot. I think he played a drive or two. I'll get to the comments in 2 seconds. I just want to go through these teams, and then we'll shoot the stuff with people in the chat. Please like, share, subscribe. Seattle at home can be tough, man. I don't know what's up with Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, that wide receiver they gave a big contract to last year. I can't think of his last name right offhand. They got rid of one of their best receivers, sent him to Washington. No more Deebo Samuel. San Francisco also has a decent defense. Oh, this is a tough one. They got Purdy, which I still don't know what to make of Purdy. Fuck it, I'm going Seattle at home. I don't trust San Francisco right now. They got to earn my trust back after last year. Detroit at Green Bay, 4:25 Sunday. Wow, what a big game to start the year for both these teams. I'm going to go with, it's at Green Bay. I don't know. I keep hearing Micah Parsons might not play. I know Love's been banged up. He might not play. Packers lost one of their best DBs. Gained a very good pass rusher in Parsons. Also lost the defensive tackle in that deal. As far as players, not draft picks. That place is going to be pumped up, though. I can't believe this. I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions at Green Bay. Just because I don't know what's up with Love as of right now. And Parsons. Houston at the Rams. Don't know what's up with Stafford. His back supposedly all screwed up. Houston, no more Stephon Diggs. I don't know if CJ Stroud has a great year this year. Nico Collins is going to have a big game. Los Angeles picked up Devontae Adams. I don't know how much he has left in the tank, but they were willing to get rid of Cooper Kupp and send him to Seattle. I always screw up Cooper Kupp and Cooper Flag. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sure I got the right guy. I did. Cooper Kupp is the football player. Cooper Flag is the basketball player. Pardon me. I'm going to go with the Rams at home. In LA. And then Baltimore at Buffalo for the Sunday night game. Oh, fuck. That's a pick 'em. Baltimore at Buffalo. I know Buffalo lost some pieces on defense. They lost Matt Collins. Still got a really good quarterback, really good running back. Baltimore got a little bit of everything. They signed DeAndre Hopkins. He's looked good in camp, supposedly. I'm going with Baltimore over Buffalo. I hope I don't regret this. I hope Mark Andrews don't drop a pass like last year. But I'm going to go Baltimore over Buffalo. That's a tough one. That could go either way, but I'll go Baltimore on the road. And Monday night, Minnesota at Chicago. I got Minnesota. A lot of people think all four of those teams could make the playoffs. A lot of people are high on Chicago. I'm not one of them. I think they do better than last year. Caleb Williams had an awful end to the season. He's looked good in preseason. He's looked horrible in practice. The games are what matters, but I don't know how much he played against starters other than a little bit in the last game that I saw. I'm going with Minnesota. Pittsburgh is definitely a team I don't know what to expect out of Javier. We didn't see anything in the preseason from their best receiver and their starting quarterback. The defense should be good. Defensively, they should be fine. They got Jalen Ramsey. They lost Fitzpatrick, but they got Ramsey, a pretty good piece. And he fits in with Pittsburgh. I don't think Fitzpatrick didn't fit in, but Ramsey's got that attitude kind of deal. Plays downhill, doesn't mind being a bad guy. That's going to be one of the toughest divisions in football, I think. That's why I worry about Pittsburgh a little bit in that division. But they could be good, man. I mean, I don't know what to know. I know they got a rookie rookie running back that has looked good at times. I'm not sold on Warren. They just gave him an extension. I'm not that high on him. I didn't think he was all that great last year. I thought they should have gave a lot of his touches to Najee Harris, but Najee Harris isn't there anymore, so it's going to be Warren. And I think they drafted a kid out of Iowa in maybe the third round as a running back. Eagles and Ravens are the favorites to win Super Bowl 60. Let's see what the odds makers think going into this season. Who do you guys think is going to win it all this year? Let me know in the chat. The Eagles put an end to the Kansas City Chiefs season last year, as we know. Eagles are co-favorites with the Ravens to win Super Bowl 60 plus 650. And then right after that is Buffalo, followed by the Lions. And then I believe Green Bay jumped all the way to 6th after getting Micah Parsons, which is crazy. Green Bay plays in a division with 3, including themselves. They play, the Vikings are going to be around if they're healthy. The Lions are going to be around if they're healthy. Green Bay's definitely got better with the trade. If Parsons can play. If he's healthy. And they're not even sure he's going to play this week. It's a big game to open up the season against the Lions. Huge game. Lions barely lost the game the last 2 seasons. What'd they lose? 4 or 5 games? 6 games in the last 2 seasons? They've been like 13-3 for the last couple of years, I want to say. I think the Lions are missing like 1 or 2 pieces. 1 or 2 pieces. I think it's on the defensive side of the ball. So after the Packers, they got the Commanders below the Packers. I don't. I think Washington beats the shit out of Green Bay if they play each other. If Washington plays like they did last year. Washington does got to play the Eagles twice, probably 3 times to get there. This may be the most even the 2 divisions have been in a long time, or the 2 conferences, the AFC and the NFC. This might be the most balanced, where each team's top 4 or 5 teams are pretty equal. But I wouldn't put the Commanders below Green Bay. Then the Bengals are next. Niners. Both of those teams were mez and mez all year last year. Cincinnati's can't get off to a slow start. Cincinnati has paid everyone. Absolutely paid everyone. There should be no issues other than going and playing football well. But I'm surprised the Bengals are that high. They're in the top 10. Niners as well. Rams above Minnesota. It'll be interesting to see what happens with J.J. McCarthy. I haven't seen him play at all. I don't know what you guys think. It's hard to judge someone you haven't seen play. Then the Texans and the Broncos are next. Texans are 25-1 odds to win the Super Bowl. Broncos 30-1. Tied with the Chargers, the Buccaneers, and the Bears. A lot of people are high on Chicago this year. I think it's because of their preseason wins. I'm not that high on them. Thanks, H-Dog. Appreciate the birthday wishes. And then 40-1 odds, Pittsburgh. Then you jump to 50-1 odds, Cardinals. 60-1. Atlanta, Seattle, Dallas. Then you jump to 75-1 with the Patriots, Dolphins, and Jags. 100-1 Colts, Raiders. Now you're getting to the bottom of the nitty-gritty. Panthers are 150-1. God, you would make a fortune. And then everyone else is 200-300-1. Jets, Giants, Browns, all at 200. Tennessee Titans, 250-1. Saints have the least, as far as Vegas is concerned, the Saints have the least likely chance to make the Super Bowl. 300-1. If you ever hit on that shit, which you won't, don't put money on them winning the Super Bowl. Don't do it. Don't be that fucking degenerate. There's no shot in hell they make the Super Bowl. Patriots ain't going to make it either. Don't worry. If they do, I'll be fucking ripped. I'll be eating my words. It's going well, Duncan. Thank you for asking me. I had a very stressful week last week. Got through it. Still going strong. I did a video today talking about it. But it's going pretty well. Thank you for asking. H-Dog, thank you for the birthday wishes. I was so tired yesterday, I couldn't do anything other than do what I had to do, and I took advantage of getting some rest. And I don't think I'll be putting any futures bets in as of right now. I don't think. I think the Eagles are going to win it all. If you take them, you're not going to win much money unless you put up an absolute fortune. And it's still a risky bet because injuries happen. Injuries happen. All right, we're going to do a little something now. The Bills or the Ravens to win it. They're playing each other Sunday night. There's a lot of games this week that are big games to start the season. Big games. Even the Dallas Eagles game is a big game. It's not that I don't think Dallas is going to do anything, but there's a lot of games to start the season that are big games. I just ran down the whole list. I took the Ravens at Buffalo for that game. I have a feeling the Ravens are going to... Lamar knows he got to do something this year. That team knows they got to do something. You think I took the Chiefs. I think Patrick Mahomes is going on a revenge tour this year. I really do. I really do. As long as he's healthy, obviously. Everything I say is based on health. If people start going down left and right for a team, it doesn't matter what team it is, they're going to be in trouble. Especially talking about teams with quarterbacks like that. I think the Eagles are the favorite to win it all. No, I'm not H-Dog. I would say the Eagles, I think, have a team good enough. They might have got... I don't know if they got better, but I don't think they got much worse. I know they lost some defensive linemen, and I think they lost a pretty damn good corner or safety. But they've drafted very well. They got 2 number 1 wide receivers pretty much. One of them's probably a top 3 in the league. In Brown. I got to think about that, but if he ain't top 3, he's top 5. So I would agree with Vegas. I'm surprised people are think the Ravens and the Bills are just going to run through the Chiefs. I don't understand why people think that the Bills and the Ravens are going to run through the Chiefs. The books think the Ravens are plus 650. They think the Ravens and Eagles will play each other in the Super Bowl. That's the most likely combination. They have the same odds. Then Buffalo at plus 700, Kansas City at 750. I think all these teams make the playoffs. I'm still not sure who knocks off Kansas City, though. Someone's got to do it. Until someone does it or shows that they're better during the regular season, it's hard to bet against Kansas City still, as far as making it there. What up, Jay? But I would say Eagles are a playoff team, Ravens are a playoff team, Bills are a playoff team, Chiefs are a playoff team, Lions should be a playoff team. Packers should be, Commanders should be. Cincinnati's a toss-up. They play in the AFC North. They got to play the Steelers twice. They got to play Baltimore twice. So I wouldn't. They're a maybe in my book. They're a maybe. They get off to such a shitty start. They got to come from behind every year. They missed the playoffs last year. Same thing with the Niners. They're a maybe. I don't trust their health right now. Rams. They're a maybe. And you don't know what the Seahawks are going to do. That whole division's a toss-up based on health. Health and what people can do in their new teams. I watched Seattle play a little bit. They look like they got a decent defense, as always. And they look pretty good. The couple drives I saw Sam Darnold take, for whatever that's worth. But we ain't gonna know until we see the fucking game stop. You know what you have the first couple games, and you take it from there. You know? And then some of the teams people aren't high on, or the books aren't high on, I still think are playoff teams. I think the Vikings get in. I think the Vikings can get in. I think the Texans can get in. I think Denver gets in. Chargers, same thing, toss up. Them or Denver could win that division. Tampa Bay gets in. Chicago, I don't think they get in. Some people are saying all 4 teams from the NFC North could get in. I don't see it. Unless Chicago loses 6 games inside their division and loses to and beats everyone else, or they find a way to beat the Lions once, Green Bay once, or Minnesota once. Which I don't think happens. They may be better this year. I don't think they're a playoff team. Pittsburgh, maybe. Maybe. Who knows? You don't know what you're getting with Pittsburgh. You haven't seen anything during the preseason from the starting receiver, your number one. You haven't seen Aaron Rodgers yet. You got questions in the running game. You got questions with the number 2 wide receiver. And I like teams that definitely don't make the playoffs. Saints, Titans, Browns, Giants, Jets. Panthers probably not. Raiders probably not. Colts probably not. Jacksonville probably not. Miami probably not. New England, I'm still going to say probably not. You got 3 teams in the NFC North the AFC North that should make it. 3 spots going right there. They're going to have to beat out the Texans, maybe. Texans are in a shitty division. Jacksonville could cause some problems down there. You never know, but I still think they're a little too young. Yeah, it sounds way too good to be true, H-Dog. But, it's a risky bet this time in the year. It's still a risky bet. Lamar Jackson goes down. Josh Allen goes down. Hurts goes down. Any of those guys lose 1 or 2 key guys, they're fucked. It's the way it works. That's why those bets are so hard to fucking make. That's like the Patriots. Everyone's so big on New England right now. And I look at their roster and I'm like, they have potential to make a run at a playoff spot if they play their ass off and no one gets hurt. But once you get out of the friggin', once you get to the 3rd or the 4th guy, there's not depth. The caliber of player, if you lose your top guys in top spots, is nothing like what you had whatsoever. Yeah, and they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, H-Dog. Derrick Henry works very hard. Very, very hard. I think Derrick Henry will be just fine. And if he, God forbid, he does get hurt, it's not because he wasn't in good shape. Trust me. I watched something about him working out the other day. He runs hills for like hours. And I'm talking hills that are like a 12 pitch, 45 degree type shit. Minimum. What up, Cannon? Salute. But I think the Chiefs are going to be right back in it as always. You got the Bills, the Ravens, Eagles, maybe Detroit, maybe the Commanders. I'm not sold on Green Bay. We'll see. We'll see how they look. I don't know. They got a hell of a receiver in the draft up there, and they got some decent guys already. I'm not sold on their quarterback. I'm not sold on Love. Not sold on Love whatsoever. I don't think quarterback play is as good as it used to be. Some of them, like the top guys, are great. The guys at the very top, they're fine. Some of the younger guys lately have been good. I watched them college games this weekend. There weren't too many quarterbacks that looked too hot. Brady was talking about it the other day. Some young guys got their panties in a bunch. The media thought he was taking shots at Shador. He was taking shots at everyone in college that's doing a bunch of shit. Thanks, Varsity. Salute. Appreciate the birthday wishes. I didn't do nothing yesterday. I chilled out and took it easy. I had to. I had to take it easy, get some rest. And just had to do it. I needed a day to chill. I had a fucked up week last week, but we got through it. Oh shit. Yeah, what are they taking all the weed out of Texas? I heard they're trying to take it out of New Mexico too, or they were fucking with people in New Mexico. Well, yeah, a little NFL talk. You guys feel free. You want to talk about anything? We can talk through the chat. Belichick in North Carolina looked horrible the other night. I told people it was going to get, I thought it was going to be ugly. Boy, was that ugly. I know. I have a feeling he's just collecting a paycheck. No doubt. Right, Cannon? No doubt. Cannon, who's your team? Jay, you rock with Washington, right? Or Pittsburgh, one or the other. There he is. I told you weren't blocked. I wonder what the spread is for the game versus tomorrow night. I can only imagine. I got a feeling I know who. We might have a team this year. Are you kidding me? Eagles are only giving up 7.5 points tomorrow night. Over under 47.5. Is this supposed to be bad weather or something? Right, Jay? How you been, dude? How's the service treating you? Damn, I wouldn't mind putting a few bucks on fucking Philly. Eagles -7.5. That means if you take the Eagles, you gotta win by 8. But it's -395. That means you gotta put up $395 to win 100. It's a lot of money to win $100. Over under 47.5. I think the Eagles will put up points. I don't know about the Cowboys. Good for you, Jay. Oh, yeah. The Cowboys are going to get a beating tomorrow, I think. I agree with you, Daddy. 2 field goals over 55 yards. What about it? Money line, Eagles -395. Cowboys +310. So the money line's probably not far from the point spread. Yeah, I heard he's got a boot. I heard the Dallas kicker got a boot. I think the Cowboys lose by at least 3 to 4 touchdowns. Over under 47.5. I don't want to touch it. I know the Eagles can score. I don't know about the Cowboys. The Eagles defense is still going to be good. I know they lost some pieces, but they're still pretty stout. But I think the Cowboys absolutely get mollywopped. I hope it's a close game. I hope it's interesting. It'll be more fun for us to watch and hang out and shoot the shit. We're going to do a watch party for the game tomorrow night. No doubt about it. Wonder what's the weather's going to be like, though. You got to watch the weather when you bet, too. %60 chance of rain. It's going to rain during the game, they're saying. Forecast models are pretty consistent about bringing in some rain during the game. Not a lot, but some. 1/10 of an inch of rain. Some showers, not a total washout, supposedly. Wind under 10 miles an hour. Might cause a slight downgrade to passing. Might fuck up your points. Might also help your points. We know Philly goes for it on every fucking down. As long as they're on around the 50. I don't see a way Dallas wins this game other than, knock on wood, hopefully not anyone getting injured. I don't know what to expect from Dak Prescott. I assume he's playing. That was the legit report, supposedly. For whatever that's fucking worth. That wasn't me making up shit. That was me reading what they said. Pretty good chance of showers, 60%. Alrighty. Yeah, I don't think the Cowboys are going to have a very good season. I could be wrong, but I don't see it going well. You know what it is, too, that's kind of fucked up? Is like Jerry Jones won. Jerry Jones wasn't paying Micah Parsons. I'm surprised he paid Dak, and I'm surprised he even paid CeeDee Lamb. Jerry Jones did all that shit and put it out there. He got a fucking all-pro defensive tackle, 2 draft picks, and didn't have to pay Dak Prescott. In Jerry Jones' mind, he won. In Jerry Jones' mind, he won. He doesn't care about winning football games. He does not care about winning football games. Maybe he did for a couple years when they had Emmett and Dion for a year or two, or, you know, they had Aikman and Irvin. Back then, he might have. Even then, he was stingy with certain guys. And he wasn't spending nearly what he's spending now. Jerry Jones won out. Trust me. Jerry Jones is licking his chops right now. Loving it. Loving that he pissed him off so bad to make him leave. I told you guys Micah Parsons was gone. I fucking knew it. I'm surprised them other guys didn't walk. Waiting to get paid, waiting to get paid, waiting to get paid. Waiting to get paid. I don't understand it. These guys make plenty of money. There's no state income tax. I'm pretty sure there's no state income tax in Texas. I think it's actually got a law where they can't have state tax. One of the only states. I'm pretty sure it's Texas that has an actual law against state tax. If the governor tries to it's against the law to have tax. So Jerry Jones is saving a shitload of fucking money. And so are the players. But Jerry Jones got a lot more money than the players. Jerry Jones wins again. His football fans still spend the money to go watch them idiots. I'm starting to feel like that a little bit in New England. New England hasn't paid anyone in the longest. Never really even paid Brady what he was worth. Now, guys, were they poverty-stricken? No. Absolutely not. But New England hasn't spent no real money yet. New England could have went after Parsons. They could have went after fucking McLaurin from the Redskins. Chose not to. They got a young team. I know they're trying to rebuild. I know they're going to save money for the young guys when it's time. They're $60 million underneath the salary cap. There's no excuse not to fucking spend no money. Yeah, he didn't want to pay Jimmy Johnson. Switzer won a championship. You know? And then he has patience with a Mike McCarthy. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? And I know Mike McCarthy wasn't the greatest, but Dak Prescott was always fucking hurt. Every year, he's got a fucking team. He's got a coach with one of their up-and-coming young guys that they're supposed to get paid. Jerry don't want to pay him. So I don't blame it all on McCarthy. Well, they're not in the same division. They're in the same conference. They're in the same conference, not the same division. So it's still bad. But he won in his mind. He still got an all-pro back. He got an all-pro defensive tackle. And he didn't have to spend all that money on Micah. That motherfucker's still got his first communion money. Guaranteed. Well, of course there's federal tax. That's common sense. I said state tax. I can't believe the Dolphins are underdogs against the Colts. They were last night when I looked. Man. What's Stephen A's top 5 teams going into the year? I want to hear what this butthead got to say.
It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year.
For you, Sunday night is the battle of the MVPs as Josh Allen and the Bills host Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, a rematch of the AFC divisional round game in which Allen came out on top. Who needs this one more?
I think the Ravens do. I think the franchise needs this game in the worst way. They lost to him last year, of course. They lost twice to them in the playoffs in Buffalo. Lamar needs to sort of listen. He beat Allen in the regular season last year, but this is postseason, Orchard Park. I think this is obviously everybody says that the Ravens have to win a Super Bowl this year, and Buffalo too. But Allen's had big games against Lamar, and Lamar really hasn't had him against Allen. No. I think it's a much bigger game for the franchise of Baltimore and for the Ravens quarterback than it is for Josh.
I religiously stated this. Don't let it be you. That's the key. No matter how, when you're great and the big moment arrives and you've been great everywhere else, when the big moment arrives, don't let it be you. Don't let anybody be able to point to you as the reason y'all lost this game. We have not been able to say that about Josh Allen. We have been able to say that about Lamar Jackson. And that's why I think this game is more about Lamar Jackson than Josh Allen. We believe that when it comes time, Josh Allen is going to show up. As phenomenal as Lamar Jackson is, that's what he has to prove in the postseason. I think this will be a step towards doing it.
In particular,
I think the Bills are going to get overpassed this year by the Ravens. If the Ravens are healthy. And one of the things I worry about, someone in here was saying that they have Derrick Henry on their team. Derrick Henry had a phenomenal year last year. And this isn't a knock on Derrick Henry. He's phenomenal. One thing I worry about for Derrick Henry, as you talk about him as a fantasy player, Derrick Henry's probably still the second best player on that team. Second best player on that team, probably. And like, as the Ravens, it could help him, it could hurt him. But do they eventually, like, at some point you got to give Lamar Jackson the ball, not Derrick Henry, right? It's a tough thing. But at some point, I feel like Derrick Henry's going to suffer because of it. It might not be this year. Derrick Henry's been getting plenty of touches. He's been plenty productive. But I worry about Baltimore in that sense. Like if there becomes issues because of something like that, I don't think either of these guys will get like that. But it'll be funny to see how teams react. And I think they're going to use a lot more play action this year with Henry and a lot more RPOs. Run pass options with Lamar like out of a Wildcat. And if they do it properly and them guys stay healthy, they're going to be like the Eagles of the AFC this year. And they got some help at wide receiver. It looks like Zay Flowers is healthy. It looks like Hopkins is renewed in his energy. He's looked really good in training camp. I'm sure Baltimore will be fine defensively. They usually are. Andrews needs to make the plays he needs to make. If he makes that catch last year, the Bills probably don't win that game. But it comes down to making plays. And I'm going to go with the Ravens at the Bills. I think Lamar Jackson figures it out this week.
Particular, coming off of how their season ended last year and to who it ended. Buffalo. Up in Buffalo. Lamar. Interception. Lamar trying to scramble. Has the ball down by his side. Gets knocked out of his hand. Mark Andrews drops a pass. I think because of like the psychological effect that game had on them, and Mark Andrews talked about it. That game was devastating to them.
That game
to come out of the gate, to go back to the scene of the crime, as Kimberly Martin's been saying all morning, and lose again, I think would be devastating. Look, I think this football team, look, we already fast forward, everything about the conversation with Baltimore to the postseason because we said.
And I think that's a good point. And I think this game sets the tone for the entire season for the Ravens. I think they need this game. They got to play Joe Burrows twice. They got to play Aaron Rodgers twice. I haven't looked at a ton of the rest of their schedule. I know they got New England. They probably beat the shit out of us. The AFC East shouldn't be terrible if they got to play other teams in the AFC East. I'm assuming they're going to get to play the Dolphins and Jets if they're playing New England and the Bills. But this is a huge game. This is a statement game for I think it's a bigger game for the Ravens after the way they went out last year in Buffalo.
You don't care about what happens in the regular season.
Right.
You care about this game. So I think this game sets up Baltimore to potentially go on a run, which is going to be an absolute gauntlet that they have to run through early on in the season. And to start it off with a loss, you don't want that double whammy of one, having it play on you mentally, and two, then having to go into that gauntlet all
I agree.
This rematch week 1, who's better than us? But how about Monday Night Football? We got a good one, too. In the NFC North showdown between the Vikings and Bears, J.J. McCarthy will take his first snaps of his career after missing his entire rookie season. He had a knee injury, guys. Meanwhile, we'll get our first look at Caleb Williams under new head coach Ben Johnson. And you can watch this all go down on ESPN and ABC. Lewis, do you think J.J. or Caleb's season debut is more intriguing?
I think it's JJ's because of the fact that, one, he misses his entire rookie season with the meniscus injury after playing, one series or two series in that game against the Raiders. In his second season where he comes back, they don't have a real safety net underneath him, although Carson Wentz is there now as far as the number 2 quarterback.
That's a safety?
Exactly. I'm saying they have no safety net. And Kevin O'Connell only plays him in one preseason game, one series. Again, because he believes that I know what I've got. I see it every single day. I've been with him for an entire year. I believe in this young man's process. I think he now, especially considering, Molly, all the things that he has at his disposal and all the weapons that he has surrounding him, this always, to me, even going back to last year when people thought Caleb had the best situation, this always was, to me, the best situation for a young quarterback. We just didn't get a chance to see it.
I haven't seen J.J. McCarthy play at all. But for them to get rid of Sam Darnold, they have to be idiots for him not to look as good, if not better. And he's younger. He probably costs them less right now. But I have not seen J.J. McCarthy play at all. I don't know anything besides his college career.
because he got hurt. But between Kevin O'Connell and with Josh McCown and with Justin Jefferson and with Jordan Addison, I mean, and with this offensive line that they have and with the running game that they have,
Vikings have the potential to be very good. They should have went further last year.
Stick him in here, and we start rolling. You are set up for success instantly.
Like halfway through the season last year, the Vikings were looking like a front runner. The Vikings were scary. The Vikings were right there with Detroit and Philly early last year.
I think Kevin O'Connell is arguably top 2 or 3 in terms of quarterback tutors in the entire NFL right now. And their system is just tailor-made to get guys playing fast very quickly. I think this is the one. I think without a doubt, JJ has a lot of pressure on him. He needs to show out, and I think he will.
Yeah, I agree. And I was shocked last year, absolutely shocked, when the Commanders beat the Vikings the way they did. I believe, no, was it the Lions or the Vikings? I mean, did the Lions beat the Vikings or did, either way, I think it was, or the Rams maybe. Shit. Whoever the Vikings lost to, I was really surprised the way they lost. I remember, I was like, what the fuck? Wow. Like, it was bad. Bad. The offensive line played horrible, too. The offensive line was not good. But I was still surprised that they got beat up the way they did, whoever it was. And I'm intrigued to see what this kid McCarthy can do. JJ McCarthy. I don't know much about him besides he was mediocre and won a national championship at Michigan. They won because of their running game and their defense was outstanding. And they had a lot of horses up front. They won up front and defensively. They must have major faith in J.J. McCarthy or what they see out of him. He's coming off a torn meniscus. What if he gets hurt again? Now, granted, Sam Darnold was your starter last year and he lit it up. Everyone thought he was like the laughingstock of the NFL. Revived his entire career, signed a $100 million deal, I want to say, or $93 million for 3 years in Seattle. JJ McCarthy's cards, I like watching shit about cards, collectibles. Everyone and their mother is buying his shit up. A lot of people are invested in JJ McCarthy being a stud, including the Vikings. It's going to be interesting. I want to see him stay healthy. I hope he stays healthy. I hope health for everyone. But I want to see what he can do. We haven't seen him do nothing. I want to see what he can do. Like Stephen A. said, he's taken 28 preseason snaps. Or 28 snaps total in his career. He's got to be... They must have faith in him to get rid of a guy that threw 35 touchdowns last year.
This is our future now. And I'm like, really? What is he seeing that none of us are seeing? Obviously, he's practicing with the man every day. I'm like, what's he seeing that none of us have seen? I can't wait to see J.J. McCarthy. You got Justin Jefferson. You got Jordan Addison after this 3-game suspension. You got T.J. Hockenson. You got some.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in.
It's a totally all-in move. Totally all-in move by the Vikings. Not a doubt in my mind.
They traded up to number 10 to get him. There's another team that traded up to 10 to get a quarterback at one point in time, too. And then they let a veteran go who had just made the Pro Bowl that year. I'm not saying J.J. McCarthy's going to be Patrick Mahomes, but that's exactly what happened in Kansas City.
That's crazy.
They traded up, got their guy. A guy had a great year. He moved on. Alex went to Washington. It's the same scenario now with Sam Darnold. Turning it over to him. Now, Patrick did show during that year, his rookie year, late in the season, that when he got a chance to start, that this guy was the future. And they knew it from day one. They almost put him in. They wanted to maybe put him in the starting lineup his rookie season, but they sat on their hands and did the right thing. They let him sit for a year. I'm not saying, again, that JJ is going to have a Patrick type of effect, but I can tell you this. I would bet he comes out the gate absolutely rolling, because if you do really study his tape at Michigan, he was good.
Yeah,
they just didn't ask him to do this kind of thing. Stephen A, he was good.
Yeah, but I'm not questioning that. I'm saying in the National Football League, you know this better than me. You don't really see a team say, we're all in on this rookie with no security blanket whatsoever. And that is a big-time move. And by the way, when I brought up the 3,000 pass yards, the 500 rush yards, no top 10 quarterback, that's since Joey Harrington in 2002. But that's another story for another day. Caleb Williams, to your point, 68 sacks last year. Quarterback in the league. Nobody did more. Responsible for his own 17 sacks, they said. Responsible, holding on to the ball too long, etc.
That's bad.
But that still leaves you with 51 times you were sacked, courtesy of your offensive line not protecting you. I'm like, damn, we're going to find out about Chicago too. But I really, really want to see J.J. McCarthy, because I got to see what the hell this is about.
Lewis, you and I, before you catch the train,
I feel the same way.
Let's take out the Maryland tape from a couple years ago. McCarthy threw about 7 interceptions in Maryland.
You know what?
How they do that?
You can always find some good tape or some bad tape. Yeah, but some people have more good than bad. And then when you look at the tape, you got to look at who they're playing against and who's in the fucking game. Bullshit. I think McCarthy is one of the biggest stories this year, just to see what they can do. He's got a good receiving core. Adam Thielen's back there. Supposedly the Vikings quarterback coach is the fucking quarterback guru. Look what he did with Donald. That's an intriguing team. The Vikings were so close last year. If they didn't play so bad, so bad in the playoffs, their season would have been much different, obviously. But like, they just played so horrible. That's why they got rid of Donald, I think. But supposedly McCarthy's going to be the fucking man. We're going to find out Monday night. I think that game is. The king of Jew England, Tom Brady, the GOAT. Let's see Stephen A's top 5 teams leading into the first week of the season. The list is fluid with a fire emoji. Man, for Patrick Mahomes, I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be on a revenge tour this year. I do. They got a wide receiver missing some big time. They got Juju Schuster-Smith, I believe, back. They got Travis back. They got a bunch of running backs. Pacheco stays healthy. He's huge for them. He was beat up a lot last year. He's always beat up. He hits like, he's tough. He plays so hard. I would love to see him in New England. But I think Patrick Mahomes is going to go on a revenge tour this year. I do. If he's healthy, obviously.
He's not eating some snacks anymore, Lewis, so they're not sweet and stuff like that. He says he's changed his diet. He's supposed to be even better. He's Patrick Mahomes, damn it. You got to put them top 3, considering their dominance in the AFC. They just can't be top 2. Give it to me at number 2, please. Give it to me right here.
Ravens at number 2.
Here. Ladies and gentlemen, Lamar Jackson is special.
Pacheco's the man,
but
dude. I love that guy.
Henry.
No Diddy.
You got cats like Bateman.
No Diddy. Pacheco is a football player, man. I fuck with him. Another guy like that I like a lot, that he makes mistakes too. He's not like a perfect player, but I'll take him on my team any day, is the dude Louvu. I think it's Freddie Louvu from Washington, from the Commanders. I'll take him on my team. I'll take Pacheco. Let's go. I'm going to pick a bunch of fucking dogs. Give me all the dogs.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's how I build my team.
Special.
I want all the dogs.
But damn it, so is Derrick Henry. You got cats like Bateman and Zay Flowers and these brothers. Mark Andrews got something to make up for after dropping that damn pass. They should have been in the AFC Championship game. Let's get that straight, okay? And Baltimore's defense, rather, is nothing to sneeze at. And their coaching is their coaching. They got it all. Lamar Jackson just got to get them over the hump. They're the number one team in the AFC as far as I'm concerned, okay? They just ain't number one on this board, and we know
I
who
took
that
the
belongs
Ravens
to.
over the Bills. They need to
It's
win
the
that game.
reigning, defending Super Bowl champions. Yep.
That game Sunday night is huge. Ravens Bills. Whoever wins that fucking game, it's going to be huge. And I think the Bills will be okay if they lose. But the Ravens need to win in Buffalo to start the season right. I think it'll be huge for the Ravens. They fucking blew it last year. They blew it. They blew it. And it was a shitty weather. I'm not making excuses for them and shit. I'm just saying the Ravens need to win that game Sunday night. I feel like. Just to set the fucking tone. And I still don't think anyone's fucking with the Eagles this year. The Eagles, people got to remember, the Eagles beat Patrick Mahomes by fucking, 30-something points, I'd want to say. It had to be almost 4 touchdowns, if not 30. Even if they lost a guy or two, all the major pieces are there. And they're young, and they still, like, Cooper DeJean had a fucking huge year. He was a rookie cornerback. I don't see anyone beating the Eagles if they're healthy and they play like they do last year.
You ever heard of A.J. Brown? You ever heard of Devontae Smith?
1 second, you're not there. And then...
I remember Dave. I'm surprised he put the Lions above the Commanders. The Commanders beat the shit out of the Lions. Beat the piss out of them. Commanders beat the piss out of a lot of people. Commanders gave the Eagles more problems than anyone. I would swap Detroit for the Commanders. And the Commanders got fucking... They got Deebo Samuel now. If he's healthy... I'm surprised he put the Lions in the top 5. I think the Commanders are still being overlooked. I don't know how you put the Lions above the fucking Commanders, though. I know the Commanders got to play the Eagles twice, but still, the Commanders beat the piss out of them.
The fact of the matter is,
The Lions did have injuries, but the Commanders beat the fuck out of them.
if it's so fluid,
No one, not one of them brought up Washington. Maybe because Washington's got to play the Eagles twice. That sucks, dude. Sorry you guys lost.
What have I been saying, Molly, over the last few weeks? I think when you suffer that kind of beatdown.
Wow, people still ain't going to give the Commanders any... People don't think the Commanders got better? I don't get that. People are just writing Deebo Samuel off. And that team, they didn't even have him last year, and they were good.
I understand it can motivate them, but...
Wow, a lot of shit talk at the end there. Apparently, watch out for the Chiefs' offensive line this year. Former GM just told you they got the horses up front now. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to light it up this year. I think all those games that were close last year, they lost their best young wide receiver early in the season. I can't stand the Chiefs. I'm not saying this as a Chiefs fan. I'm a Patriots fan. The Chiefs can fucking suck a big one. But I'm not naive. I'm not naive. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL still. I don't care what anyone says. He's the best quarterback in the NFL still. He almost just three-peated. They got blown the fuck out. The Eagles blew the doors off that shit. What can you say? Mahomes was getting hit every time he fucking threw. Great job by the Eagles. I'm not taking anything away from the Eagles. I was glad they beat the shit out of them, quite frankly. Because I don't want him passing Brady. He's got to win like an extra championship. He's got to win one more championship than Brady after that performance last year. If he hit that three-peat, I thought they were going to win. I thought the Chiefs were going to win late. And I didn't think Jalen Hurts was that healthy. Jalen Hurts played pretty beat up at the end of the year. A lot of people forget. Jalen Hurts was limping around with a fucking wrap on his leg every game during the playoffs. Played in the snow, got his ass kicked, or the rain. That was the game against either the Rams or Washington, one or the other. But Jalen Hurts was beat to shit last year. And that's why I took Mahomes in the Super Bowl. But whatever drugs they gave Hurts worked. I don't know. They probably gave him something, and I'm sure that motherfucker was looking like a soldier out there on the battlefield 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. But I tip my cap to him. But I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be on he's going to be on a revenge tour this year. And I still think the Chiefs are good enough to beat the Broncos twice, the Raiders twice, and the Chargers twice. With whatever they throw on the field. Same old coaches and shit. They know what the fuck they're doing. A lot of them guys have been there a long time. You got the best quarterback in the NFL. He's still the best quarterback in the NFL, even though he lost. Hurts can throw the ball and shit. He don't throw it as well as Mahomes. He'd probably say it himself. But he runs the ball like a motherfucker. He's got a hell of a running game. He's got 2 great wide receivers. He's not a scrub. But I don't think he throws as well as Mahomes. I don't think Jalen Hurts would say he did. I don't think he'd give a shit either. He'd probably fucking show you his ring. Actually, he probably wouldn't even do that because he seems like a pretty humble guy. But I think Mahomes might still end up in the Super Bowl somehow. Because I don't see Kelsey playing much longer. They're going to try and get one for Kelsey. And Mahomes ain't nowhere near done yet. They got some young receivers. They got some young backs. Defensively, they're usually above average. He's going to get another one, I'm sure Jay Eats. You know, what would tell, even though he got his ass beat last year, what would make you think he doesn't get at least another one? And you know they're going to fucking spend the bread. Kansas City's on trying to go on a New England run. They just might. They just might. I still don't count them out. Depends how long Andy Reid wants to coach. Depends, you know, it depends on a lot of things. Health. Andy Reid's getting up there. And he's coached forever. Forever. Like, he has coached forever. He had a hell of a... He's right up there with Belichick. Andy Reid. Right up there with him. He beat Belichick. Belichick beat him. I think Belichick beat him in the Super Bowl, though. Because he wasn't the coach of Philly when Philly beat us the first time. I mean, the second time we played against each other in the Super Bowl, Philly beat us. The first time we beat Philly. Yeah, it's a crazy amount of Super Bowls, man. But, you know, I definitely think Mahomes has at least one more in him. What makes you think he doesn't? Because they lost one Super Bowl? I don't think it puts him there with Brady. He was right on. He was looking like he was going to pass Brady. But Brady, the one time he was down like that in the Super Bowl, they came back from fucking, what was it, 25-3 or 28-3, something stupid. Like Brady, even though he lost 2 heartbreakers, 3 heartbreakers actually. Well, let me think. Giants, Eagles. Lost 3 heartbreakers, all close. And if Bill plays Malcolm Butler, the Pats probably beat the Eagles in the other one too. But I'm not even going to get into that tonight. That's why I'm glad he got his ass kicked the other night. I told everyone it was going to be a debacle. I knew this Bill Belichick thing is not going to go good. Not until at least year 3, probably. By then, he'll probably be done. Like, fuck it, I'm done. He's never been less focused ever. It's getting obvious. But yeah, I think Mahomes has at least one more in him, I'd say. At least. You know, he's been able to stay pretty healthy. Yeah, it's up. It's close. It's close. The thing is Jordan never lost once he got one. You know? Yeah, even that it's debatable is phenomenal. Because I don't really put no one above Jordan. Some people put Bill Russell. I love Bill Russell. Bill Russell went through a lot of shit. Bill Russell was a great player and coach. And was a player coach. They won a ton of championships and shit, but MJ is pretty fucking amazing. But then you could think about it in this aspect. Bill Russell had to play man-to-man defense against Wilt Chamberlain in almost every one of those championship runs in a 7-game series. And I know it was a different time and shit, but Wilt Chamberlain wasn't dropping 100 points on nothing, on everyone for nothing. Drop 100 points on other teams and fucking Bill Russell be able to stop him enough to beat him. Pretty wild. But I can understand why some people put Russell up there with MJ. But for me, it's so tough. Like, because it's different eras and shit. But once MJ finally did it, and what he did in the league and the way he did it, and then leaving and coming back and shit. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. But Brady's right there. Brady's on the same fucking level. And I put Bill Russell up there too. You can't take him out of his era. Yeah, I can't stand J.J. Redick. I have a special hate in my heart for J.J. Redick. Especially the shit he said about Larry Bird. Really bothers the fuck out of me. I want to punch J.J. Redick in the face for that shit. I never would. I never would. I swear to God, on everything I love, I don't want to hurt the guy, nothing. But I would love to punch J.J. Redick in the fucking mouth for the shit he said about Larry Bird. Especially when J.J. Redick's always got LeBron's balls in his mouth. And LeBron's top 3 players, one of them's fucking Larry Bird. I believe it's Magic, Dr. J, and Bird are his top 3. And the shit J.J. Redick said about fucking Larry Bird, and then he goes and sucks LeBron off. LeBron, I hope LeBron bitch slapped him. He should have. He should have. I can't stand JJ Redick. He could shoot the ball and shit, but that's all he could do. At the pro level. He couldn't defend like Larry. He couldn't pass like Larry. He could shoot. That was it. But I don't want to talk about JJ Redick anymore. That motherfucker's a penis wrinkle for sure. I would love to. I would love to eventually get to the point where I get to interview people and shit. I would call them out for all the shit they said about the greats. I would love to. I would be like fucking the shock jock of sports. Hey JJ, I think it's fucked up what you said about Larry. How do you feel about it? Hey JJ, how's it feel to come off the bench as a shooter when your team's down 20? I don't know. Dude, Danny Ainge was pretty fucking good when he was young. He was a better defensive player, for sure. Danny Ainge put the clamps down on people when he was young. He also was a professional baseball player. He made millions playing baseball. Or maybe not millions, but he got signed. He got drafted by the Blue Jays. And then I think there was a strike in the early 80s, if I'm not mistaken. If not, late 70s. And then he went and played ball for Boston. I don't know if he's better. I don't know. Danny Ainge did some fucked up shit too. He was like a annoying little fucking. He you know who he kind of reminds me of? Only he was better at it. The dude that Caruso, that plays for fucking Oklahoma City. He reminds me of Danny Ainge a little bit. The way he gets in people's heads. And he was always he was a little like that, but once he got on Oklahoma City, he talks a lot of shit now, boy. When he was with LeBron and shit, I didn't notice him talking as much shit. But once he knew this year with Oklahoma City, he fucking knew what they had. He was talking a lot of shit. But Danny Ainge was, believe it or not, a phenomenal in other sports. JJ's still a better shooter than him. Not a better defender in any way. Probably not a better athlete in any way. I would name the segment of me interviewing JJ Redick. Fuck you, JJ Redick. Straight up. It wouldn't be no holds bars. I'd name it fuck you, JJ Redick, or fuck you to whoever I was dissing. But I would keep it light. I wouldn't get like confrontational during it. I'd break their balls about it. Be like, do you realize how much of a fucking idiot you sounded like? Talking about Larry the way you did when you can't get LeBron's scrotum out of your mouth. Yeah, JJ, it's satire. Give him the wink. Fuck it, let him hit me. Barred, right? Done. You want me to lie to you? Well, one thing's good for the Ravens this year. They don't got to worry about Tucker getting in trouble. Yeah, right, Bod? Fucking funny. But yeah, I have a special hate for JJ Redick for that shit. I had that movie on tape. I recorded it off the black box. Either that or I think my mom's friend did for me. That one. That movie was fucking wild. Hulk Hogan grabs the guy by the balls, or kicks him in the balls or whatever. Joey, a lot of people, ESPN disrespecting the Commanders. Didn't have them in the five top teams to start the season, not on Stephen A's list. Put the Lions above the Commanders. Granted, the Lions did have a lot of injuries last year, but the Commanders beat the fuck out of them. People are sleeping on Washington again. It's probably good. If they get off to a hot start, they won't say shit. If they get off to a bad start, they'll jump all over poor Jaden Daniels. After he leads them out of the dark ages. Yeah, I worry about the running backs and shit, but you got Debo. If Debo is healthy, dude, you got Debo, McLaurin, you got a solid tight end. You got some defensive pieces that are okay. The people are back into the team down there. Jaden Daniels not going to get worse, I don't think. If he gets worse, it's because of his line, not because of his play. I don't think. Because he can move. Jaden Daniels got them legs, you know? He got them legs. And CJ Stroud, the reason I don't believe in him as much as Jaden Daniels is he can't run like Jaden. He can't run like Jaden. I don't think he throws an accurate as a ball. And I don't think he throws it as far either. I think Jaden Daniels is a phenomenal quarterback. The Patriots were going to try and move up to 2 to get him. Washington wouldn't let him. Washington would not give the Patriots wanted Jaden Daniels over Drake May. I'm glad we got Drake May and Mayo kept him on the sideline. Because I'm like, I don't think Jaden Daniels would have done well in New England. He would have done something, but it wouldn't have been nothing what they did in Washington. But I don't understand why they're putting Green Bay above them, Detroit. I get the Eagles above them, but they played the Eagles tougher than anyone. The Rams played the Eagles tough too, if I'm not mistaken. Give me 1 second. See what else people are talking about. I'll hang out for another at least half hour if people are up to it. I went through my picks earlier. I don't know if everyone was here for them. We could go through them again. See what else is going on. But we're going to be doing a live stream tomorrow night, a watch party of the game. As well, just for people to know. I want Crawford to win. It's weird. I was going to talk about that, actually, if you guys want to talk about that. We've went through pretty much everything NFL-wise, week 1, and projections, and what I think should happen if people are healthy, and what other people think in the chat. Let's talk a little bit about the boxing match. I'm a huge Crawford fan. I made good money last time Canelo fought and lost. I put money on the underdog. I think Canelo's a slight favorite right now. But I'm rooting for Crawford. I've seen some stuff. Neither guy's shown a lot. I've seen some stuff from Crawford, but I know they ain't showing us anything good. I haven't seen anything from Canelo. They're not like showing much footage. I know Canelo has been training with Jaron Boots Ennis. I don't think there was any footage of it. I'll try and find some. I doubt they're going to show any. I'm really going to be rooting for fucking Crawford. I root for the American man in this one. I like Bud Crawford.
Everyone says you can't earn a
Bud Crawford's tough, dude. If anyone can do it, he might be the one. I'm telling you. Errol Spence is a bad dude, man. Errol Spence, even after the accident, he's still a bad dude. Crawford made him look bad. Spence is like Olympic renowned, like drops people, blasts people. Unfortunately, he did get in that car accident, and I think it did change him a bit. He almost died. He flipped a Lamborghini. It was bad. And I think it changed him a bit. But I think Crawford just... I would have loved to see Crawford versus Spence if that accident never happened. I wish it never did. Because it makes you wonder a bit. You go through shit like that, it changes people. And your body, you can only take so much punishment and shit. I don't care what anyone says. But Crawford beat the brakes off of quite a few people. Porter's a very good fighter. He beat up one of Benavidez's brothers pretty bad. Dropped him late in the fight. Canelo didn't look good in his last fight. I don't know who the fuck he was fighting, but it almost made me want to shut the TV off. It was boring. The last fight I saw Canelo really look good in was against Munguia. He looked very good. That kid Munguia is tough. And his career, he's taken a couple L's since he fought Canelo. But he fought hard. And at the very beginning, he looked good. But Canelo found him, hit him with a couple uppercuts throughout the fight, and he dropped him, I think, around either round 4. It had to be in between round 4 to round 6. And Munguia went the distance and shit. But that was the last fight I really thought Canelo looked superb in. The guy he fought after Munguia just got knocked out again. Berlanga. I think Munguia beats Berlanga up if they fought each other before Canelo. But supposedly Canelo busted up Jaron Ennis's eye a little bit in sparring. But it also looks like Boots is getting in on him. I don't even know if this is either of them, though. It's hard to tell. The footage could be bootleg. Yeah, this is a made-up video. A lot of clickbait. You gotta watch. But I'll be rooting for Crawford. Crawford's a fucking... Have you ever heard how Crawford got tough in his neighborhood? His mom used to pay people to fight him. I'll give you $10, you whoop Bud's ass. He never lost, they said. His mom's a fucking beast. And I think her father and his dad's father and his dad were all boxers. So it like makes you wonder. But I'm rooting for Bud. Bud's slick. If anyone could do it, it could. Listen to Crawford's mama talk about it. Listen to him. When you get your fucking ass whooped to get tougher as a kid and shit, it fucks with you. But it can also make you unbreakable.
Put on an amazing performance tonight. How do you feel, Deborah? What does this mean to you?
I'm proud. I'm happy. He always told me he could do it. He always gonna be a pro boxer. He went out there and he blew his mama wrong.
How old was he when he started boxing? And what did you first think about it when he said, Mom, I want to box?
No, it ain't what he want to do. He was like 7 years old when Carl Washington came up to him, asked him if he want to box. Boxers was out there fighting. And he said, I have to talk to my mom because I can't talk to no strangers. So he came to me and I told him, yeah, you can box. I knew him. Your uncle used to box with him.
Talk to us a little bit about how Terrence came up here in Omaha, just the type of life that you guys live to be where he is today on HBO and being a superstar.
Well, you know what? Our life, we was like, we wasn't poor, we wasn't broke. I worked for a living. I used to whoop his ass to keep him out of trouble. And I won't kind of get in there to meet him to keep him out of trouble. And I was strong on him because his dad was in the military. And his dad wasn't there. I was the dad and the mama for a couple of years. So
talk to us about the life of being a boxing mom. Excuse me, what do you endure being a boxing mom? What do you go through?
it's scary. It's scary. I be nervous. I cry because it's a scary thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just his mom, and he know I am. But like after this fight, me and him will be boxing tomorrow.
Are you actually able to sit through and watch the fight? I mean, are you praying? Are you watching? Are you covering your face? How do you get through a fight of his?
Sometimes I cover my face and I talk to him in the ring if he can hear me. Like today, my voice was gone. I tell him keep that jab in his face to go to his body. Because we got fighters out of my family. And be first.
What's this mean for the city of Omaha? How proud is this city of him?
I don't know, but I know his mama is proud as fuck of him. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cuss, but
keep it real. It's okay.
I'm proud. His family proud. And I wish his aunt was here to see it. Because he's going to say, "Bud, bring it home."
Bud Crawford's mom. She's no fucking joke. And Canelo might be in trouble. I'm telling you. If he don't hit Bud with a bomb, he's not going to beat him.
Hey, Rhode Island. Keep it real with the all-new
I don't think Bud Crawford loses unless Canelo hits him and puts him away. And I don't think... Bud's slick. Bud is slick.
I think that's where all the pain came from. When I go down to the neighborhood.
But I like Bud Crawford. I'm rooting for him.
That just remind me and reflect back off where I came from.
3169 Larimore Street. Take me back to your block.
And that's where it all started at. Me going in the street, putting on the gloves, me fighting in the alleys. Just a typical bad kid running in the neighborhood.
What did you say when he was born?
I remember he came out with his hands balled up. Son, the son I wanted. His dad said we got $1 million baby boy.
My dad used to tell my mom I was going to be a world champion.
I told him you would be
Terrence's father, your husband, shipped out.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're here with 3 kids. What was that like for you?
If Bud was around the corner fighting, somebody gonna come and tell me
I hope Bud whoops his ass.
him up and bring him home.
And
And he know what time it was.
he got whooping.
He sure did.
What kind of whooping?
An ass whooping with a belt.
Tell me about Deborah and Terrence. It's a complicated relationship. Man, you know, she has her own ways to motivate her son. She has her own way of loving her son. But they love each other, man. They're two peas in a pot together. You kept telling him, oh, you're never going to amount to anything. Did you really believe it?
Some things that I said to him, I wanted him to be a man. And don't be afraid of nobody.
That's a hard lesson to learn. You're 12, 13.
Yeah, but he had to learn it.
How'd that make you feel?
It filled me with rage. And every
Bud,
time I
if
stepped
Bud
in the
is on
ring,
point, he's gonna fuck
anything
shit
that I
up.
ever did, I just wanted to win so bad so I can prove a point to him.
Canelo better hit him with a shot because it's the only way it's gonna go
He was
down.
around here beating up everybody in the neighborhood. I paid the kids, I said, if y'all can whoop Bud, I give y'all $10 a piece. Canelo whoop him.
You went out on the street.
Yeah.
What's now Bud Crawford Street.
Yeah.
And offered $10 to anyone who can kick my son's butt.
Yeah.
A lot of takers.
Yeah, the kids in the neighborhood.
Oh yeah, $10 a lot of fucking money and you're broke.
I told you, Mom, I told you I'm the best.
What came first, the mean or the talent?
I think the mean came first. When I first started boxing, I just could fight. I couldn't box. All my coaches was like, he got heart. He ain't scared of nothing, he can fight. And that's when they started teaching me technique and the art of boxing.
A good deal of what you remember in your childhood was getting whooped all the time.
I think so.
And I was getting kicked out of school and doing bad things. I think.
But I'm rooting for
that
Bud.
just made me
I think he can
better.
pull it off.
Explain that to
I might put some money on him too.
I was always getting in
If
trouble.
he's an underdog, I'm
So I was
putting money
always
on
getting
him.
a whooping for something. So at a point in time, it just became numb to me. Well, it ain't gonna hurt. It ain't nothing but a belt or something.
First time it hurt though.
Yeah, I was a little kid.
Canelo's lost to boxers before.
And at some point,
Crawford's a boxer.
Yeah, I wasn't having all that.
He was 13 when he said, Mom, you're not going to whoop me no more. He took the belt from me.
I grabbed the belt and told her, you ain't about to hit me no more. All that's out the window. I ain't getting whooped no more.
Did that change you?
No. I think I got more respect, from my mom.
You once told me I was fighting for her approval, for her to tell me she was proud or happy, but she never would, so I stayed angry. Explain that to me.
Yep.
When she always telling you you're going to lose or you're not good enough or you're going to get your ass kicked or things like that, it's like, okay. When I win this tournament, she going to say congratulations or good job or I'm proud of you. But it never happened.
What he remembers is all those years wanting for you to say,
I love you.
yes.
Yep. Yes.
You didn't do it.
Nope.
Fucked up.
I grew up not liking the word. Why? I don't know. Never liked the hugs growing up as a kid. I never liked nobody to kiss me growing up as a kid, and it just grew with me as I got older.
She hate that word. She said love is pain. Her support was in a different type of way, It was in a negative way, but when I got older, I noticed that it was her negative way that pushed me to be great.
You still trying to prove something to your mom?
Yeah.
No, I think I already did all that. I proved stuff to myself now.
You're a father to 5. You never miss a game, an appointment, any of that, even when you're here in camp. Why?
That's my responsibility. Just
Father
to be
of
there
7
as their
now.
father. You can't get those moments back.
Why do you think being a father is so important?
Because his dad wasn't
What up, C-Dub?
like he's around his kids.
When my child grow up, they're going to always remember, yeah, Dad was always in training camp. Dad was always on the road with boxing and the events. But Dad ain't never missed no birthday. Dad ain't never missed anything important. Dad was always there. And that's what they're going to always remember.
Mom ever tell you what a good father you are?
Yeah, she said it before. Yeah, she said, Bud, a great dad. Now I always check, I said, I'm a great father. It's the difference.
Would you be Terrence Crawford, the champion we know, if it weren't for that dynamic with you and your mom?
I think she just put the little extra fire, on top of the fire that I already had.
Mama Crawford don't fuck
He
around.
made himself champion. I'm just proud of him because he's my son.
It's fucked up. It reminds me of my grandmother. Reminds me of my dad's mom. Was like that, short hair, parted. No fucking joke. Oh, mean. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, I guess, right? Who you guys got? Crawford or Canelo? And why? I'm rooting for the American. I like Crawford. He comes from Podunk, Omaha, Nebraska. Everyone's doubted him his whole career pretty much. Continues to beat people. Yeah, Canelo's going to be the favorite no matter what. Crawford's got to win like 9 rounds to win the fight. It's just how it goes. Crawford's fucking sneaky. I know they're all worried about Crawford going up in weight. Crawford's in good shape. Canelo, pretty much always in good shape. What's crazy is Crawford's still older than him. If I'm not mistaken, right? Crawford's 37, Canelo's 35. I want to say, which is crazy. But I find that fight intriguing. And Crawford's fucking quick, man. If there's one thing Canelo struggles with, I'm not saying he's Floyd Mayweather, but Canelo fucking struggles with boxes. Look at Bivol. I know Bivol was bigger and taller. I took Bivol. I knew Bivol could box. I won some money that night. And I knew Bivol wasn't going to let Canelo get in close. I don't know if Bud can do the same. He's not as big as Bivol. As far as, I don't think his height or his weight. But Bud is quick. Bud can fight orthodox or southpaw. He beat Spence. I know Spence got into that car accident, but he still beat him. And he beat him convincingly. Everyone thought Spence was going to be the guy to give Canelo a run. He beat Spence. I don't know why that doesn't count anymore. Maybe because of the car accident. But Canelo ain't bringing in Jaron Boots Ennis for nothing. And Boots Ennis looks great. He can do a lot of different shit. Super athletic, quick, powerful. He's going to be a problem for anyone. I still don't think he's Bud Crawford. I don't. He doesn't have nearly the amount of fights. Which could be good as well. You don't got the same wear and tear on you. But I think Terence Crawford's going to surprise a lot of people. Even if he doesn't win, I think he will make it very interesting at times. But I'm rooting for Terence. And I still don't know what to think after Canelo's last 2 fights. I don't think they were impressive. I thought when he fought Munguia, that was more impressive than his last 2 fights. Munguia was tough. Munguia got caught in some tricks. I don't know if Terence gets caught in those tricks. And Canelo sets traps, but so does Terence. Terence sets a lot of traps. Yeah, if it was, it's going to be hard for Crawford to win no matter what. It's in Vegas. It's going to be a huge Mexican presence. You know Canelo's going to get a couple of rounds. Crawford's got to stop early. Just tagging him. Not tagging him as far as, trying to destroy him. I'm saying winning rounds. Crawford's just got to try to win rounds. The more rounds he can stack, the more chances he can take. But it's going to have to be like convincing. And Canelo's got very good defense. I don't know if he fights down to his competition. We've never seen Canelo fight. We haven't seen Canelo fight anyone as good as Crawford in a long time. Crawford, I'd like to think, has fought even Errol Spence and Joey Porter. Sean Porter. I feel are better tests than what Canelo's seen in his last few fights. Bivol's pretty good and shit, but he knew Bivol wasn't going to try to knock him out. And I think you might be surprised. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to look at it too. Canelo's been fighting a long time, but he's still younger than Crawford. I don't know how the miles add up. Canelo's used to fighting at that around that weight. Crawford had to come up. They don't look like there's much of a height difference. I don't know what the reach is. We're going to have to look at the tail of the tape. Let me look it up quick. I think that fight is September 13th or something. Give me 1 second to look this up. Canelo Alvarez. Cannolis are like the most overrated fucking Italian dessert ever. There's some shit that is really good. Cannolis, I'm not huge on them. Gotta be honest. And I do have some Italian blood, so don't crucify me. Canelo, 63, 2-2, 39 knockouts. 5'7.5", 167 pounds, 70.5 reach, 35 orthodox stance, 520 rounds. Bud Crawford, 41-0, 31 knockouts, 5'8", 153 pounds, 74-inch reach, 37 years old, southpaw or convention or orthodox. Crawford can fight each way. Only 245 rounds. So even though Crawford's older, he's got a lot less rounds professionally. And Canelo can fight southpaw too. Both these guys can switch. I think Crawford's better at switching. Crawford's very good at switching. And that could be something to watch for. He's switched his whole career. He really, when he switches, it gets real obvious that the other guy can't defend the other way. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys fight as far as stances. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yep. Yeah, it seems like Crawford's got a lot of the... Some things tipping his way. As far as height and reach, he's a little bigger. But he's going to have to... It's going to be... I'd be surprised if... I wouldn't be surprised to see either guy win. But I think Crawford's something special. It could be the American root in me. I like Canelo too. I'm not a huge Canelo fan, but I appreciate what he's done throughout his career. He's also he's been fighting forever. I mean, since he was a kid. He was fighting fucking Mayweather. I don't even think he was 20 years old yet. I could be wrong, but I mean, very, very young. 520 professional rounds. Crawford's he's got under 300 in 41 fights, which means he's ending fights. Canelo's got a lot more fights at this weight. It all scores points, Duncan. It all scores points as long as you clean shots. Points are points. But a lot of people believe in body shots more than head shots. Body shots tend to tire people out in the long haul. Body shots can be devastating. I mean, but they all count the same. They all count the same. You hit the guy, you know, a punch is landed. A punch landed is a punch landed. It's a strike. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that dude. Eubank or the other one. One of the guys, he's kind of an asshole. I know he don't want his son fighting and shit, but you should support your kids no matter what. I'm not really huge on Eubank. And I'm not big on British fighters either. I'm an American. And I think Nigel Benn, Eubank Jr. is way bigger than Nigel Benn. If Nigel Benn was as big as Eubank, he would fuck him up. He almost fucked him up the last fight. It was close. Close. But I'm not a big fucking fan of that dude, man. I gotta keep it real. I agree with some of the shit he says, but I'm not real big on the father Eubanks. And I know he's been through some shit, but I don't know. He comes off as a wanker to me, a little bit. I don't fuck with him. He should support his kid and say, come on, go fucking get it. And I know he's also been through some shit too, because he gave, what's his name, brain damage, so I get it. Was it Michael Watson, I think? So I'm not trying to be too harsh on him, but I don't know. I was more impressed with fucking Ben in that fight. Just because Eubank was so much bigger. Even if they were fighting at a weight of 185, Ben wasn't going to get to 185. But he took the fight. They're going to fight again. I don't think Eubank ever fought Prince Nassim, did he? I don't think they ever fought. I remember when I was a kid, I watched fucking someone beat the shit out of him, though. I remember I saw Chris Eubank get destroyed by someone. He got KO'd. His fucking eyes were like sealed shut. I think it was like Carl Thompson. Carl Thompson beat the fucking brakes off him. And I think it might have been his first loss and he was done. Like, I fucking quit. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Eubank motherfucker. I'm not really keen of him. He acts like half a fag the way he walks around and shit. Night, Duncan. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to call it a night soon, too. Calzaghe's a beast. Calzaghe don't get the credit he deserves. I wanted to see Canelo fight Calzaghe, another guy he dodged. Calzaghe fought a kid from Providence, Rhode Island, and beat the fuck out of him. I think it went 3 rounds. It was an early stoppage. It was a shitty stoppage, but it was in England. And the guy wasn't the same caliber as fighter at all. Peter Manfredo. Peter Manfredo got robbed. He's from Providence. He got robbed on the contender. A lot of people thought he beat Sergio Mora. But he couldn't fuck with him. He had to go overseas to fight Calzaghe. I think it was short notice. It went like 2 or 3 rounds. There was a quick bell. But Calzaghe was way too long for Manfredo. Manfredo was kind of short. Stocky. Calzaghe was too big and too quick. And Peter wasn't quick enough to get in and out. Every time he went in, he had to take damage. I think Peter was an underrated fighter. There was like quite a few guys coming up in the area back then. Had some Olympians out of Rhode Island. A couple of them. A lot of guys that were supposed to be top shelf and just didn't make it to where they were supposed to. Boo Boo kind of got overlooked. They put Boo Boo up against fucking Benavides finally late in his career. Made him go up in weight and shit. Yeah, I remember Estrada. He was supposed to be an Olympic hopeful. I don't know if he won or not. I know he was supposed to win. Like, he was highly touted. But I think Manfredo did really well for himself for as far as he should have got. I think he did well. The other guy, I can't remember his name right off the top of my head. The poor son of a gun broke his neck. He's still out there hustling, making millions. He had a construction company. Something happened. He broke his neck. I gotta remember his name. Holy smokes. If I hit up my auntie Dot, she would tell me because she deals with him at work all the time. Oh, he made it far in the contender too. He was right after Manfredo. Like, they only did the show for a couple seasons. He was right after him. No, not Vinny Paz. Not Joey Spina. I used to see Joey Spina all over. I hope he's doing well. God only knows what happened to him. They used to get into it. Him and Manfredo and the other one. I can't think of his fucking name. I know Spina and Manfredo used to get into it. But I used to see Spina in the fucking hood at the methadone clinic. Me and him standing in line together. Well, I was getting off pain pills. I hope he's okay. But he fought with Manfredo. Him and Manfredo did not like each other. And there was another kid. I can't remember his fucking name. He hurt his neck really bad. He's in a wheelchair now. He's probably my age or older. But the Spinas used to live right down the street from my cousins in Silver Lake. If they didn't live there, they hung around there. But I seen some fucking a few nights. They almost went at it. I gotta find out the other guy. I'm not trying to make fun of him whatsoever. He's a wonderful dude. It's awful what happened to him. But he made it really far on the contender too. I think he made it to the finale or right before. Gary Boletto. Yep. And he's a sweetheart of a guy. No diddy. Great guy. Made it really far. Yep. His whole family's been boxing forever. They go to the fucking Zucolo Rec Center where I used to run ball and play fucking wiffle ball up there at Federal Hill. Yep, Boletto family, very well known in boxing. Yeah, he broke his neck. Terrible. He's still fighting. Last I knew, he's still alive.
It has been 11 years since Gary Boletto fell from a pull-up bar in his backyard and broke his spine.
For the Rhode Island boxing legend, that wasn't
Fell from a pull-up bar and broke his spine.
More than SPF.
Awful.
It's sensitive skin recovery. Elta MD Skincare. Just because they're identical.
His son was doing MMA for a while. That was like 10 years ago. I don't think he really made it, unfortunately. He's still fighting, actually, believe it or not. 9 months ago, he was fighting on CES. That's like a local promotion. I hope he's still alive. Crazy. Fell off a pull-up bar. World-class fucking athlete. Last I knew, he was still alive. Sad. Not that I've heard of, and everyone's being fucking cockmongers about the whole thing. Varsity. Everything I hear is like people flip-flopping on everything. So who the fuck knows? Some people are glazing him, saying he shouldn't be in trouble. Some people are saying he should.
Enough to make him quit. Sports Team 10's Kevin wasn't enough to make.
This is 10 months ago. This was put up. Rhode Island boxing legend continues to fight 11 years after accident. So as far as 10 months ago, he was still around.
Him quit. Sports Team 10's Kevin Moore has the story of what is going to be a special weekend for the boxing champion in tonight's Perfect 10.
Here's this person. He can't walk, but he accomplishes 10,000 more things in a day than the average person. I mean, a lot of could tell us every day, every time they want to quit, they think about him. and he motivates me the same way.
Gary Bolletto's last boxing fight was in 2012, but after a fall in his backyard in 2013, Gary is now paralyzed from the chest down and has had to fight every day.
I cried for 6 weeks, until I finally accepted it and, found my way. Slowly but surely, I went back to work, and I'm more successful now than before my injury.
Now, on top of being a successful business owner and boxing champion, on Saturday, Gary can call himself a Hall of Famer as the Tiger gets inducted into the Connecticut Boxing Hall of Fame.
I had no clue, we never talked about it or anything, very exciting, I'm honored to be among these, elite fighters in the world.
And Gary is still around the ring, or in this case, the octagon. Next weekend, Gary Bolletto Jr. will be fighting at Foxwoods in a world title main event MMA fight.
I would have never imagined my life would be like this, but it's I can't get away from the business. I'm excited every day, just thinking about it. Nervous. I get nervous. I get nervous now, and totally not nervous when I was doing it myself, But, it's your own children is different.
While Gary's legacy will forever be enshrined in the Hall of Fame, Gary's loved ones believe his greatest legacy will be that he is the undisputed best dad in the world.
Being the best dad. That's my favorite thing about him. I love being a mom.
God bless him.
Hold on. He's an exceptional father, and I just love to see him pour out his heart his whole life. And that's my favorite thing about him. Besides the fact that he loves everybody else, But yeah, being the best dad to me.
Kevin Moore, Sports Team 10.
Wow, what a great story, huh?
Yeah, great honor for him, and to see, becoming a family affair now.
It's actually,
Wow.
and Gary, don't give up. You're an inspiration. You're awesome. Way, some people, when something like happens, just give up.
Yeah.
And he's still fighting. It shows he's got a lot of it in there. So we're with you. We're behind you, buddy. Good luck this weekend. All right, now to our.
Yep, crazy shit. Someone's always got it worse. Fucking guy's still out there making money. But yeah, I haven't heard any charges brought up on Rampage Jackson. We'll be going live for the Eagles, Cowboys tomorrow night. Come hang out, watch the game, shoot the shit, talk smack, fuck around, have some fun. Think that's about it for tonight. You guys want to talk anything else? I'll give you a couple minutes. I'm going to smoke my last bogey of the night. Hit the bowl one more time. Fucking crickets are getting cold. Hear them chirping. But yeah, I'll be rooting for Crawford. It could go either way. Could go either way. If it goes to the decision, Crawford's going to have to win convincingly. I think. Anyway. I hope Crawford doesn't get robbed. I hope. You're coming up to New England next month? Nice. Hit me up. Maybe we'll meet up. Can work out or something. Go for a walk. You start exercising yet? I saw you said that you got your blood work done. That's good. Rampage Jackson threatening to sue MMA guru. Oh, we gotta hear this. We're gonna end the show with this. No fucking way. Rampage is turning into this kind of cunt.
Stream, and I don't know if he's being serious.
I'm not a big fan of MMA guru, but I'm not a fan of fucking how this thing's been going with Roger Jackson either. He shouldn't have gotten away with beating that guy up like he did. That shit was not right.
Rampage Jackson just hinted at suing me on his stream, and I don't know if he's being serious about this or just trying to scare me into not making any more videos about this topic, but I'm calling your bluff. I'm not scared. You're not going to sue me. There's no case whatsoever. I read out a public article about you from 2008, and you're having a meltdown about it again. And he's talking about defamation of character and how I've now opened myself up for defamation of character, hinting at a lawsuit. There's nothing. There's no lawsuit. I'm reading public information about you. That's all there is to it. So I don't know what he thinks he's doing here, but that's not the only dumb thing he said today. He also insulted me a bunch in this clip, which we're going to go through, but I don't really care about that. But we're going to move on to some other stuff, because Rampage Jackson also recently today did an interview with Ariel Helwani. It was an absolute fucking nightmare. And that's what we're going to go through as well. He blamed Psycho Stu in this clip.
Yeah, it's going to stop.
I'm going to go through that in today's video as well. You cannot have scripted a worse interview appearance from Rampage Jackson speaking on this situation. He also said here that he hasn't spoken to Raja since the incident. And even Ariel is like, what are you talking about? He's your son. You haven't spoke to him once since this entire situation went down. Even Ariel is agreeing with me on something. Me and Ariel Helwani are in agreement on something. That's how you know Rampage is wrong. So I'm going to go through his interview with Ariel, or a couple of clips from it, but we're going to start with this clip where Rampage is talking about me yet again while he's got his wig on, going around on stream while his son potentially faces a bunch of years in jail. Really.
I feel the same way, because I don't agree with MMA Guru on too much either, but I agree with him on this one 110%.
Dad.
And Ariel. I don't really like Ariel either.
Like MMA Guru telling me to stop streaming. He's trying to dig up the past and stuff, and he opened himself up for defamation of character. He's a fucking idiot.
There's no defamation of character case. This is Rampage Jackson. I read out public information, and Rampage Jackson he's opened himself up to a defamation of character.
And Rampage Jackson's always fucking with people busting balls. Now it's this big fucking thing. Part of me feels bad for fucking talking shit about Kevin Holland. I'm starting to feel like, damn, maybe Kevin Holland was fucking right. He is a douchebag.
Character case. What an idiot. I don't know if he's being serious about this. If he is, he's so fucking dumb. There's no case at all. I'm reading a public article. I'm going to read the public article that I read out that he had a problem with on stream. I'm going to read it in today's video. I'm going to do it again. Watch closely, Rampage. I'm about to do it again. There's no defamation of character. I'm reading an article about you from 2008 on MMA Fighting on SBN. A legitimate MMA journalist page. has been the staple of the scene for a long time.
Oh shit, I remember this.
I merely read it out. And you're here talking about me being open for defamation of character, what an idiot I am. There's no case. I thought, this is going to be like a crazy next few weeks between me and Rampage. He'll probably call me out for a fight at some point. That was honestly my thought process. I thought to myself, where does this Rampage thing end if I get into this back and forth with Rampage? What's he going to do? He's probably going to call me out to fight at the end of this. It's Rampage Jackson. I was like, what could Rampage do? What would he do when he eventually
wants to sue you
at me about this situation? He'll probably call me out to fight. So I should maybe be prepared for that, for the case that he'll call me out to fight. I didn't think that Rampage fucking Jackson, in my mind, up until recently, one of the coolest dudes in the MMA scene, would immediately jump to, that's defamation of character. And he's opened himself up for a lawsuit there over some...
Can't really blame MMA Guru for that one. Right? Rampage is going to want to whoop my ass. Nah, he wants to sue you instead. Gotta kind of give it to Guru on that one. Oh, shit. I'd be thinking the same shit.
Bullshit. I'm reading public information.
I'd be like, damn, he's going to come by here and want to fucking fist fight me. No, he wants to fucking sue me. Oh, I'd be laughing too. MMA Guru is going to have fun with this now. Oh.
And you're immediately jumping to defamation of character, like I'm going to fear you and your boys, and all the people you got working behind the scenes on you, who probably told you to mention that on stream in the hopes that I would then shut up and stop making videos about this topic.
Or Raja want to fight him.
That's not how this works at all. If anyone's wondering, when Rampage Jackson says this...
Telling me to stop streaming. And he's trying to dig up the past and stuff, and he opened himself up for defamation of character. He's a fucking idiot.
I can't believe Rampage jumped straight to lawsuit. What a fucking pussy. Either way, though, he's saying
MMA Guru got balls for saying that shit. I don't get
Rampage. Someone on stream mentioned, look up Rampage Jackson miscarriage. And I looked it up on stream, and I saw this article, and I read it out on stream. I'm going to read it out again for you guys. Pregnant woman injured in Rampage Jackson hit-and-run crash miscarries.
Yikes.
2008, Rampage Jackson. I merely read this out on stream. A pregnant woman who was injured when Ultimate Fighting Championship fighter Quinton Rampage Jackson sideswiped her SUV last month has had a miscarriage. The woman, Holly Griggs, suffered what were believed to be minor injuries in the July 15th crash, after which Jackson led the police on a chase. So he was in a police chase, and he crashed into a pregnant woman.
MMA Guru doing his homework. Fucking 48 Laws of Power Rampage. Guru's fucking blowing up. He don't give a fuck. I'll give him that. He don't give a fuck. He pushes every button. But I agree with him on a lot of the shit with Raja. I also see some of Raja's case, but for the most part, Raja didn't have to take it where he did. Regardless of all that shit, he didn't have to beat the guy half to death.
It's not clear whether the crash directly led to the miscarriage. And at that point, I then joked, yeah, we can't be sure if the car going into her in the middle of a police chase and hitting her vehicle in the middle of her being pregnant would have maybe caused a miscarriage or not. I sarcastically remarked that we're not sure whether or not the car in the middle of a police chase crashing into her while she's pregnant could have had anything to do with the miscarriage.
Probably didn't help.
That is the extent of which I commented on this article.
Probably didn't help.
And Rampage is talking about defamation of character. It's not clear whether the crash directly led to the miscarriage, okay? But her fiance, Bill Krebs, said doctors were immediately concerned when they noticed a significant loss of fluid in Griggs' womb after the accident.
Well, that's not
No
good.
charges have been filed against Jackson. Police released him just hours after the freeway chase. But the next day, Jackson was taken away from his home and hospitalized for a mental health evaluation. He is currently free on bail. There's more to this, and Rampage Jackson is going to bring this up in the next part of this clip, but that's what I did. That's what I brought up on stream. Someone sent me something about Rampage, a donation came through, I was like, oh, I'll check that out, what's this? Holy shit, what's this? I read it out on stream. Rampage Jackson talks about this.
He's talking about the time when I got in that car accident, and he's twisting the facts. Like
in my opinion,
he read a report.
I'm just giving my opinion, twisting the facts. Rampage Jackson says car accident. In my opinion, when I'm playing this character that's called the MMA Guru, which is a satirical take on a delusional, pathetic MMA fan, in my opinion, when playing a character, a car accident is when you accidentally bump into someone. Or whoops, I just took a wing mirror off. Oh no, I was trying to park. It was a tricky parking thing. I accidentally hit you, dinked you. I caused a little scratch on your vehicle. That's a car accident. Of course, they can become more extreme. An accident, in my opinion, is hard to call an accident when you're in the middle of a police chase.
Yeah.
In my honest opinion.
It's criminal.
It doesn't seem too accidental then when you're in the middle of being chased by police in your vehicle.
Yeah, it's
That's
criminal.
just my opinion as the character that I'm playing now. Heaven forbid he comes out with defamation about that opinion on something, because this is what Rampage is now. Fucking hell.
I've already, that's over. I already, did interviews about it and told everything. And I never was speeding. It wasn't a high-speed chase.
Wasn't a high-speed chase. It was actually a medium-speed car chase, you guys. It's one of these are technicalities from Rampage, but he did it, it's over. He's had interviews about it. That means it's over, guys. He did it now, it's over. He's done interviews about it, that's it. That whole situation's over now, guys. I don't think you heard him. He's done interviews about it. Maybe that's what he thought was going to happen to Raja. Maybe he thought he was going to just tell Raja, hey, quick, just do an interview and then it's all over. Anything you've done wrong is all over. I don't understand.
Never was speeding. It wasn't a...
And then he's talking about serious shit. Look at what he's wearing. Like, if you're going to talk about something like that, you might want to appear a little bit more serious. You know what I mean? Just saying.
High-speed chase.
Wasn't a high-speed chase.
He's like making a mockery out of it.
By the way, guys. Wasn't a high-speed chase. He was never speeding.
Or he's making content.
I was in trouble for mentioning the idea of speeding. I guess. That's the defamation case. That's the really strong structure that your defamation case is balancing on right now. Judge, he said speeding. I was going barely over the limit. You know what I mean? Like, that is not gonna carry. That is not gonna hold up in court, Rampage. Just like your son's defense in a couple of months. It just won't. It just simply won't. All good though.
Didn't crash in the back of somebody going 60 miles per hour, and no one had a miscarriage that day.
That day! No one had a miscarriage, Eyes, that day, because he knows she did. Listen to that again. It's actually insane watching the mask come off.
Yeah.
Of one of the coolest dudes that you thought.
That's how I feel too.
Dudes in the MMA world. Listen to that again.
And
I feel like Kevin Holland was right the whole time.
Chase didn't crash in the back of somebody going 60 miles per hour, and no one had a miscarriage that day. And
does he not hear himself speaking as an adult man and think, "Oh my God, I sound like a fucking retard right now"? No one. And just to put the record straight. When I was in the middle of that chase that wasn't high speed,
yeah,
just to really put this
you
into
don't run
perspective, guys,
at high
when
speed.
Rampage was in the middle of that chase that wasn't high speed, by the way,
yeah,
and he had that accident, and no miscarriage happened that day,
right?
You know,
I gotta agree.
A couple weeks later, forget about what doctor says she lost fluid on the day, and
I guarantee he paid her a lot of fucking money, or someone did.
Reason for consent. It didn't happen the day that he crashed into her.
Or because of who he is, he got off.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here, Rampage? It didn't happen today. This is nothing. Just let me do a couple interviews, a bit of community service, and I'll walk around free. Which is apparently...
Kevin Holland was right about this motherfucker. I can't believe it.
All the damage I did was hit a side view mirror. That's why I didn't get no time.
Kevin Holland was right
He
about
did get
Rampage.
something really bad for hitting a side view mirror, by the way. But all good.
He's a shitbag.
No time. But I did get
He's a shitbag.
I did get 200 hours of community service. So what I did was I went to different schools and I talked to young kids for 200 hours. I talked to young kids and told them about the street potato.
Damn, that's really good. That
Should have talked to Raja for 200 hours, not to fucking beat people up in a fake ass wrestling ring. I have no sympathy for Raja or fucking Rampage at this point. Rampage and the people that keep glazing them need to get their fucking head checked. I liked Rampage up until this shit. Now he's playing all kinds of games, not keeping it fucking honest to save his ass. It's bullshit.
You know what? Water under the bridge. What are we hopping on old shit for? He's done his community service. He spoke to kids at schools. He's done a couple interviews.
Yeah, who cares if someone lost their child?
That's in the past, guys. He served his time while never once going to jail. Now, I'm just going to be
200
I'm just
hours,
gonna
man.
think and, have a little bit of a thought experiment here. If you're this guy's son and you watch him go through this as his son and you watch him get no consequences for his actions at all, could that in some way, somehow seep into your subconscious as a kid?
Yeah.
Thinking, well, I could maybe get away with some shit as well. Now, I don't want to really make...
And he already said before he made a statement, he talked about how he hadn't even talked to Raja yet. Allegedly. He's got a fucking wig on talking about it like it's no big deal. I've lost all respect for this dude. All respect. You just gotta clown out to make it. No matter what, clown out, clown out. Have no morals, clown out. Make content. Push different boundaries. Not a fan of this shit at all. I agree with MMA Guru 100%. Chael Sonnen can eat a big fat dick. Rampage Jackson, you disappointed the fuck out of me. Yeah, all you can eat a big fat dick. I'm gonna say it. I don't give a fuck. What's right is right and what is wrong. And you're turning all different types of screws. You know the fucking kid didn't have to beat that guy up like that. You know this shit went down and you got off because of who you were. The truth fucking hurts. But yeah, we looked into a little bit of everything tonight. Bunch of boxing. We looked into Canelo. Crawford, talked about that. Talked about that Rampage shit. Raja shit. At the end, MMA Guru shit. I agree with MMA Guru. I'm not a supporter of what happened. All the bullshit these guys keep putting out. Including Chael Sonnen and whoever else is glazing Rampage and its kid. We talked a ton of NFL. We'll go live watch party tomorrow night. Eagles, Cowboys, I believe 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in Philly. Chance of rain. Chance of the Cowboys losing by 40. We'll be live for that. That's all I got for tonight. I got to call it a night. I want to get a good night's rest. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Cowgirls and Eagles. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.